ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, This Angular Spy. I'm doing a recording of this, no games, it's me talking, so hang with me here. But I just had this crazy, amazing dream, and it's about, it takes place in modern time, modern places, whatever. It's a world where people are, normal humans, but then there's other people that are able to do magic, and the magic is surrounded by summoning familiars. Like, that is like the main 101 that you get. My dream takes place that I went to a group that supposedly was teaching, it was like Magic 101, right? So they had the crystals, and they had the spells and the books and the candles and blah blah blah, right? Well, we started doing the spell, and mine worked, and I summoned a familiar. Now, if you don't know what a familiar is, a demon supposedly attached and obeying a witch, or in this case wizard, whatever, which said to assume the form of an animal. Now, for my familiars in particular, they don't necessarily become an animal. They will have an actual form. So my form was along the lines of this goblin imp looking thing. So like something along the lines of this looking thing. It's like an imp and a goblin like combined. It was a different color. It was like a dark green, and it had black hair instead of silver hair, but you get the point. So I was able to summon this thing, and when I was leaving, people threw me into a truck and like kidnapped me, and they took me and they interrogated me and they asked me a bunch of questions, and after they realized that I didn't know what the hell happened, they decided to show me where I was, and where I was like this guild, I guess is a good way of putting it. It's like a group of just a bunch of witches, wizards, voodoo doctors, whatever, anything relating to magic that could have a familiar, they had it there. I went ahead and wrote down things in my head. I'm gonna read it, of course, but so when you're a person, there's different levels in the guild. So there's human, whatever, you're just a generic basic human. You're a basic bitch your entire life if you don't know how to do this. But then after you're able to summon your first familiar, you become a student and you get a mentor. Completing your classes, you become an apprentice and you train with your mentor. After that, you become a leader, and then you're on your own. Your mentor is like, is always there to help you, but you do things on your own. And then there's masters, where then you get a student and you become the mentor. Now, your familiars are a newborn student because you train its spells and abilities, and it's basically your personal Pokemon, but just a lot better. And then it becomes a trainee, matured, and then they, in my brain, apparently, they call it demigod, which I think I should make up a better name for that than demigod. I guess it's like they're so powerful, whatever. But so I wrote down the whole like the rules of the familiar. I remember seeing like this thing on a wall, and it was like things you need to know. Basically, my brain tried to make it really easy for me, so I'm going to just quickly read this. Familiars are summoned. The type of familiar depends on the personality and traits in order. In order to summon a familiar, you need to gather materials and whisper your deepest secret to them. That secret bonds you and the familiar, and it will never tell. The familiar is like your Jiminy Cricket, helps keep you humble, helps keep your morals because they can't be swayed by money, jealousy, or greed, unless that is your personality. Never have more than one familiar at a time. So, I don't know why you can't, like, in my brain, you can't have one familiar at a time, but I'm assuming it's something along the lines of like you have to tell that one the secret, and then it breaks that trust. So like in my brain, for this, you tell your familiar your secret, and if you tell anyone else your secret, it doesn't bond you anymore. Just like if you make a familiar, but then your personality changes, you don't connect as much. If the familiar dies in battle, or if the familiar dies of natural causes, then you're able to summon a new one. As far as I know, there's no penalty in summoning familiars physically or mentally or emotionally. I mean, maybe emotionally, like if you make a really strong connection to the familiar and then it dies, you know, it's gonna hurt a bit. But that's what I have so far. If you guys like this, let me know. I think it's a really cool idea. I want to either write a story about it or maybe start processing into a game. But let me know what you think because I'm excited about this. So until next video, I'll see all you guys later, and y'all have a good day.